Please support this channel by clicking subscribe, then hitting the bell, and then hitting all to get future notifications. Hello, welcome to another Suburban Somm tasting video. I am Scott and I'm here with John, and for the first time on the channel we're actually filming in his sunroom. This is a room that we have spent a lot of time in during the spring, summer, all seasons really. This is a really particularly rainy day, so we're sheltered inside. We've got some heaters running and we're gonna have some cigars and a good bottle of wine. I chose tonight's wine. Usually in the springtime I tend to order from some producers I'm not familiar with just to try them out, and I usually do a little research when I figure those things out, and I found this Hope Grace Winery. They're in Napa. They're known for their Malbecs and their cabs, and that's the one thing I like, California Malbecs and cabs. So I thought I'd give them a try. If you go out to their, at the time of this video, which is spring 2021, they're actually going to have 4 Malbecs, and it's like a library. So they've got a 13, a 14, a 15, and a 16. So I've snagged all 4 of those. I'm a sucker for those kind of things because I like to try the vintages and see how they change over the years. So we decided tonight to open the oldest one, the 13, and give it a try. This is, like I said, a 2013 Malbec. It's on a 2-hour decant, so I've had it open for a little while, give it time to breathe. I figure it's 8 years old. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, a little bit, I don't know a lot about Hope Grace, I'll be honest with you. I do know they have a tasting room in Yountville. I don't exactly know where the winery is, so the tasting room is not on the property where the vineyards and where they make the wines like some of the more traditional producers are. But I've seen pictures, it looks really nice, and a lot of good reviews for people that have spent time there. So I do know that they're in Napa, and I don't know much else about where they actually make the wine in Napa somewhere. So this particular bottle goes for $75. So this is not your everyday drinker, at least not on my budget. And what's weird is all 4 years are the same price. A lot of times you'll go and you'll see them get a little more expensive as they get older, $5, $10 a bottle. That's not the case here. All 4 were the same price. So that being said, at $75, I have a high expectation for what this wine might offer. It's kind of funny, if you've heard John talk before, when he's rating a wine, he tends to bump up his rating if it's an inexpensive wine that really delivers. You know, he thinks it overachieved, that's worth something. I'm kind of the opposite. I get a bottle that's up at $75, $100 bottle range, and I'm like, you know, this better be pretty good, you know, or I'm going to be disappointed and I'm going to ding it, okay? So that's what we're looking at here. I hope this one lives up to the price, because like I said, $75 is not something I'm normally going to crack during the middle of the week, but we decided to do a video on the channel since I got a lot of wine in. Figured why not. Plan on cellaring the rest for a while. I thought about actually opening 14 and 15 together in a video to see how they taste next to each other. We'll have to see how it goes. But John, what do you say? Let's go ahead and give this one a dance.
I couldn't. I've been waiting here anxiously.
Yeah, sorry, I've been throwing it on. Do you have any questions about this when I'm pouring?
So this is a Malbec?
Yes, 100%
Okay.
Malbec.
Great.
As you can see now,
Ooh, it's got that Malbec color.
Yeah, it's a very, very dark
Ooh,
purple.
yeah. That's really deep, rich looking. Oh, you really almost can't see through that. It's so dark.
And also, you won't be able to see this on the video, but you know, this is an older wine. It's an 8-year-old wine, so the cork's got a lot of like sediment, like what they call the wine charms, residual sugars and whatnot on there. And there's actually a little sediment on the neck. I imagine we're going to have some here on the last pour, which is not unusual for an older wine.
Well, it's definitely got a big nose to it. It's got a strong bouquet.
I'm also getting some really, really long legs on that.
Yeah.
Very rich, inviting nose. If I was blindfolded, I'd almost take this for a cab because I'm getting like blackberry and dusted cocoa.
It's bold. Bolder than most Malbecs.
Yeah. Go ahead and give that a taste.
All right.
and that is a big, bold. It's big like a cab. It's bold like a Syrah. I think it's a higher alcohol than most Malbecs. It's almost like a cab Syrah blend.
Scott, I would have said it was a cab. Once again, if you wouldn't have told me what varietal and said, "Hey, guess," I would. It's that bold. It's jammy. It's
yeah. I mean, my initial reaction is there's a lot of cherry in there, some toasted oak. There's tannins in here, and I think those are going to calm down as this gets more air. I probably could have opened it maybe another hour or two sooner than I did, considering its age. But that being said, this is a really, really nice wine.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad you opened it on a Thursday night.
I'm glad I have a few more to try. So overall, I am pretty impressed with my first foray with Hope Grace.
Yeah, that's extremely nice.
Like I said, I didn't know a lot about them. It looked like they started with Cab, Chardonnay. I think they have a Sauvignon Blanc and a dry Riesling. And I think they just started. Matter of fact, 13 might be the first year for Malbec, but Malbec, I think they're really hanging their hat on now. And it's good because you probably noticed Malbec in California, it's really hard to find them at all, much less a good one. Malbecs are typically South America, where if you were to go to a wine store, 90% of them are going to be from down there, Chile, Argentina, which is unfortunate because California can make some good ones too. I hope that more producers start doing that. Hope Grace has definitely got a winner on their hands with this one, I think. John, you got any final thoughts on this one?
I'm just looking forward to the other vintages that you got because they're as good as this one. This is a very impressive Malbec. It's very enjoyable and as I said, much bolder than your usual Malbec.
Yeah, and there's just a lot going on. I mean, each taste changes a little bit. That's what you're looking for when you think complexity. Do you taste different things? After you drink it, after you wait 5 minutes and drink it, after it warms up a little, it'll taste a little different if it gets a little more air. And that's exactly what I'm getting here. This is just a nicely complex, and it's got a nice lingering finish to it. Is it worth $75? Well, that's tough to say, but I'm not disappointed. That's really all you can ask for. So I'm not going to sit there and ding it and say, oh, that wasn't worth that, because this is pretty good wine. So anyway, it sounds like we like it. It sounds like Hope Grace has a winner on this one, and we'll close it out by saying I'm Scott, this is John, and this is what we're drinking today.